Hello, everyone. I am Kim Miller. I am the Executive Director and the founder of FemArt organization. And we are so happy to be interviewing the artists who are all going to be joining us in our upcoming show, Where the Wild Women Go. And this is our very first virtual art exhibit. And we're very excited today because we are going to introduce you to one of our wonderful artists. And we are so happy that she's joining us in this interview. And her name is Ahyanna Nakya. She is our mixed media textile artist who is the creator for the House of Remnant Soul. And I am so happy to introduce you to her. And we're going to begin with asking her a question that we've been asking our artists that we think is really important for everyone to get to know our artist. And that is, Ahyanna, can you tell us what inspires you?
Greetings, everyone. I am Ahyanna Nakya. Thank you so much, Kimberly, the creator and mixed media artist of House of Remnant Soul. And what inspires me with the art is just life in itself. I get inspiration from being out in nature, from seeing people, from clothes. I work with a lot of textiles, and the House of Remnant part is remnant is normally looked at as scraps. So what I do is I take the pieces and I add soul to it. So what someone might think is trash or they have no more use for it, I can take that and I can manipulate it in the way that I feel that might bring pleasure or joy to someone else. So that's what really inspires me.
Oh my gosh, I love that answer. That's wonderful. And I've seen your creations and they are remarkable and you can see the soul in them. So I'm really, really happy about that. And now I would like to touch on a little bit more about how you feel your artwork influences our culture and how it creates the cultural identity here in Jacksonville, Florida. And I would like for you to take that answer and to think about it. And I would like to hear about your impact local here in Jacksonville, as well as, because we're going to be virtual and seen all over the world globally, I would like to also hear about how you hope to have an influence on our identity and our cultural experiences throughout the world.
Okay. Well, locally here in Jacksonville, I look to inspire young women, especially young women of color, a whole, a diverse segment of people, but definitely I love Black and brown girls. So they can see the artists and they know that art is on all different mediums. My favorite hashtag is design your own pattern in life. And even though I'm creating a pattern, all of our designs are going to be different. Our journeys are going to be different. So locally, when someone is going to an exhibit and they see a picture, or a young girl's going to an exhibit and they see a picture, they see a fashion show, they have a representation of themselves, especially when they learn who that artist is. And they're like, oh, wow, she's a person of color. I can do this. It builds confidence. And we need a lot of that here within our community. Globally, I'm proud to say I am a part of some of the artists who have an exhibit, a piece in the Nelson Mandela Museum in South Africa. So that's, that was the highlight of my life right there. And hopefully you see my name a lot more so you can recognize my pieces, identify it with me as the artist. But to study culture, to learn culture, to see how we can weave it into our culture, to not be afraid to embrace it. If you don't understand, ask, because that's what art is. Art is on all mediums. Art is therapy. Art is a great conversation piece. Art is a great way to learn people. So, and then you can pull back the different layers, and that's the great thing also with art, globally, locally, and culturally. You have so many women here, Black women artists in Jacksonville that's doing a lot, curators, artists on all different levels. So representation means a lot. representation for our little girls means a lot. So they won't feel like they have to play second to anyone in life. They say, hey, I have a chance. I can be this artist. I can design my own pattern in life. And what you may think might not be the best, prettiest picture, it might be the most beautiful thing to someone else. So I hope that with House of Remnant Soul and things that I do, working with jewelry, and I even have like pieces that I had in the fashion shows and some of my very first pieces, I hope that encourages people to just go out there, do it. Who cares what anyone thinks? This is your journey. Design your own pattern in life.
Talk about inspiration. Oh my gosh, that was so powerful. So powerful. I am just really blown away with your words, your art, and who you are. You are definitely the epitome of soul. And we are definitely benefactors here in Jacksonville, and I can't wait to share you with the world. You're
Yay.
fantastic. So, and what I'd like to do now, you left me speechless. I'm almost like, I want to ask you more. I want to make this like a much longer interview, but because we're limited on time, I just have one more question, which I ask in closing most of my interviews, although I believe we're going to be hearing a lot more from you in the near future. So there will be more opportunities to delve into some of those topics that you brought up. And I'm really happy that you're inspiring young girls.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome, and thank you. And so now for the big question. When you are getting prepared to be creative and you're being ready to get into that moment of putting the soul into your work, can you tell me, do you prefer a beverage of like tea or coffee, or would you prefer wine, or what exactly do you do to prepare for that?
So it depends on what mood I'm on, and I love red wine. However, while I'm working now, I have me a nice cup of horsetail tea, and I burn my incense just to relax.
I love it. Oh, thank you so much, Ahyanna. And cheers. Thank you.
Thank you.